Hey guys, this is Tara Devlin. When I read Trader Trump's Tripe Social about the murder of Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle, the first thing that came to my mind was, wow, what a piece of shit, you know? And then I thought, that's a little unfair to shit, because shit has a purpose, right? You need to shit. Shit also plays a part in fertilizing the earth. So it has a utilitarian purpose. It contributes to growth. Trump does none of that. So to call him shit would be to give him a promotion. He wishes he were as essential and as useful as excrement. Everything he touches rots. Nothing he produces serves anyone but himself. So what is the purpose of Trump? There isn't one. He's a waste of human DNA. A man whose entire existence is an argument against every moral system that claims the universe rewards good deeds. Trump couldn't even wait for Rob Reiner and his wife's murdered bodies to be removed from their home before he vomited up his usual stream of cruelty. Even in death, he uses his tacky knockoff desperate social platform to dehumanize people. People better than he will ever be in a million lifetimes. And he knows it. This is Republican leadership. It's filth disguised as leadership. It's an open sewer running through what used to be the Oval Office. Now it looks like, I don't know, Saddam's palace met the Kremlin at the bargain bin of coals and lost a bet, for Christ's sakes. You see, even in death, he uses his platform to dehumanize people. People better than he will ever be. If there's a lower point in our national life, I really don't want to tempt fate and imagine it. This man baby who disgraces both human DNA and the Oval Office has no bottom. What's more revealing than Trump's post, though, is the Republican reaction. Some claimed not to know about it. Of course, that's what they do. And a handful of Republicans made tepid attempts to distance themselves, but others mined Reiner's old tweets, as if this man's political opinions somehow justify the effing President of the United States mocking his death. Whether they condemned it or not, the entire GOP is complicit. At this point, if you're still on board with this monstrosity, you're part of the problem. They will continue to empower this unfit baboon until the words United States and decency are forever but a statement of irony. Trump is a disgrace to the office he shamefully stains and a disgrace to our species. So is the cowardice of every Republican who continues to defend him or look the other way. They should all be ashamed, but I understand, I get it. If they had the capacity for shame, they wouldn't be supporting him in the first place. There is no both sides to this. The people still twisting themselves into knots to rationalize this behavior have surrendered every last shred of conscience that they ever pretended to have. And here's the thing. It's time for us to start reclaiming the narrative. And as Trader Trump said in his post here, that Rob Reiner had an affliction, an incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome that drove him crazy. Here's the truth. Trump derangement syndrome is real. It is a very real thing, and it is an affliction. But as usual, MAGAts have it exactly backwards. And it's Trump's supporters who are suffering from it. You see, the real Trump derangement syndrome is looking at that tax-cheating, draft-dodging, serial bankrupt, convicted felon sexual predator who shared wonderful secrets with a convicted pedophile, looking at that thing and still seeing a leader, a savior, a president. TDS is handing power to a con man who wrecked every business, wrecked every institution, and wrecked everything he ever touched. That's Trump derangement syndrome, thinking that thing is fit, that's your president, nothing more deranged than that. So Trump's defenders say that people hating him is deranged, as if outrage over fascism, corruption, and sadism is a character flaw. You see, we shouldn't be listening to anything these people say, because every decent American despises a man who mocks the dead, inspires insurrectionists, and uses his office as if it's his own personal golden ticket to fill that gaping black hole of rapacious need and greed that he calls a personality. Hating Trump is not derangement. It is the duty of everyone who loves democracy. This isn't just about feelings either. It's about facts. Since Trump slithered back into power, the economy is tilting hard once again against working people. Unemployment has climbed back up to pandemic levels, a clear reversal from the economically vibrant labor market that he inherited from Joe Biden. You know, because that's what happens. Republicans destroy and Democrats build, and then we hand it back over to the baboons and they destroy it again, and I'm sick of it. That's the deranged cycle Republicans have us in because of propaganda. Joe Biden left office with inflation running near the Federal Reserve's 2% target, but now it's back up to over 3% and going higher, with essentials like food, shelter, and energy still rising. Trader Trump's tariffs and immigration crackdowns are also pushing prices up, weakening consumer spending, raising recession risks. The MAGAt myth that Trump is an economic genius is collapsing under the weight of reality once again. So that's Trump derangement syndrome. You think a serial bankrupt con man is great because you saw him play a successful businessman on reality TV. At this point, only about 31% of Americans approve of Trader Trump's handling of the economy. Frankly, that's pretty deranged because the number should be zero. Here's the truth that we have to pound home. There's not a single fact-based defensible reason to vote Republican anymore. The whole party has devolved into a malignant cult of cruelty, division, and authoritarian greed. So repeat after me. Voting for Trump is not about economic insecurity, as the corporate media likes to say about Trump voters. How you doing? How's your economic insecurity? It's about racism, bigotry, selfishness, stupidity, and hate. You know, being easily played by the billionaires who pay the millionaires to tell these dumbasses their problems are because someone lower on the ladder is taking advantage of them. The GOP abandoned governing a long time ago. Let's get that straight. All that's left is owning the libs and worshiping a golden calf of corruption. So we've heard it for years because it's true. Everything Trump touches turns rotten. So Republicans can issue all the mealy-mouthed statements they want, but until they rip this Trump malignancy out, root and branch, they are proving that they're just like him. They're part of the problem. The party of Lincoln now kneels before a festering fraud who can't even muster basic human decency. Shame on him. Trump derangement syndrome is suffered by everyone who keeps that national embarrassment in power. Because at this point, hating Trump is a patriotic imperative. Guys, thank you. My name is Tara Devlin. Please become a subscriber to my Substack and check out Tara Buster Tuesdays and Fridays on the Political Voices Network. We will win. We're on the right side of history, decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. We stick together. We win. I'll see you soon.